Hey y'all, good morning. Welcome back to my garden. Today we are planting some leafy greens in my raised bed by the back door. So like kind of like my little herb garden, which it's not going to have any herbs in it this year, but we are planting some leafy things. So let me show you what those are. So we've got arugula, spinach. There's some tiny kale here, right there. And then we've got some lettuce. So what is this? Oh, black seeded Simpson. So usually my lettuces don't have any problem with pests other than slugs, but the bed it's going in is right here. So it's up off the ground quite a bit. So hopefully we won't have any slug issues. Oh, and let me share with you. We planted this on video together. These are nasturtium and they're all popping up and looking great. Cool, right? So cute. And I did end up moving one of my ponds right here. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it there, but I kind of like the idea of having it right there by the door. Because when we're in here, if we've got like a little fountain there, we'll be able to hear like the water, and actually we'll be able to plug in a electric fountain if we wanted to. Because I usually run my extension cord through that hole there for the chickens water heater in the winter. So if I wanted to, I could do that. It would just be kind of like an eyesore, but could have a little fountain going in there. But yeah, so let's go ahead and plant some of our leafy greens in. And I need to apologize to you guys just early on in case my microphone crackles. Let me check it. Makes any crackling noises. I have not bought another one yet and I need to. Um, yeah, anyways, it might crackle. Goodness, look at all my gray hairs popping. Okay, anyways, so yeah, I just want to apologize if you start to hear some crackling going on. It's my mic and it usually like works itself out. So yeah, I'm gonna get one. I just need to order it. So we're gonna start with some lettuce. This lettuce looks kind of bad right now actually, but I'm gonna put it in the very back. This is black seeded Simpson lettuce. So I'm just gonna start back here, make a little hole. Probably should have um, thinned this lettuce out also, but I didn't. So we'll just do this. Actually, I could do it now. No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for now. Maybe after I plant everything, I'll come back and do that. It's so limp. All right. Now this, I find that lettuces do better when you direct seed them into spaces. At least for me, they seem to do better when I do that, as opposed to starting seeds this way and then planting them in. I don't know how this is gonna go. This looks kind of bad. We'll see. Go ahead and plant the rest in and then give it some time before making any rash decisions. All right, so let's grab another. I've got some arugula. We're going to stick this in. Arugula seems pretty hardy and tough for me. So I don't have any qualms about planting this in. Oh gosh. Well, hang on now because that one came out without the soil. All right, here we go. Put all those in together. I probably should have thinned that as well, but we'll see what happens. Thinning is a process that none of us really likes to do, but it is necessary in a lot of cases to get a better, stronger single plant than multiple weaker plants. So do what works for you. Do what you feel like doing, which is what I'm doing today. Is I don't feel like thinning, but I can also thin later after these guys get settled into this spot, and then I can come back in and thin whoever is looking the strongest. So it doesn't always have to be done right away. All right, and now I'm going to grab some spinach really quick and plant that in here as well. All right, so here's my spinach. We've only got 3 of these, which is perfect because this bed is already kind of full. And the spinach is not severely overseeded, which is great. That right there. These are all great frost tolerant veggies that you can plant in the spring. I'm planting, for me, this feels a little bit late. I should have had these going earlier, but I lost a ton of seedlings earlier this year when I had them in the greenhouse and we had a huge windstorm that kind of just knocked everything off the shelves and killed pretty much all of those early spring seedlings. So I'm kind of late to the party here getting stuff planted, but it's okay. I'm going to try it, see if what works. And then next year we'll just do something different. So that's all planted. It looks great. We'll come back in a few, probably like in a week or two, on video and take a look at it and share it with you guys, just to see what happened and how things are going. I've got one more tray of arugula and we're going to plant it in one of our other raised garden beds. This looks like a good space to plant some arugula. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig in. My beds have already been fertilized and they have had compost in them. They have biotone starter in them. So I'm not going to add any fertilizer to this because it doesn't need it right now. Oh, the soil is just falling away from the roots of these plants. Actually, I'm going to keep this like in this area if I can. The soil is so soggy because we had a morning rain. So that doesn't help with keeping the soil around the roots. It kind of just falls away. Who dug this out? A squirrel, probably. All right, so we've planted our leafy greens. So I just found this small ground cherry, pineapple ground cherry seedling right here. Actually, there are 2. That one kind of looks like a tomato, but I'm going to plant this one in this bed as well. Since it's a singleton, it can go in here with my other leafy greens. Be gentle with this. Don't want to do too much root disturbance on these guys. And that looks so much like a tomato. I'm going to take it out. Then we'll just stick it over here in this corner. It's very tiny seedling, so they'll be okay. I'm gonna save my tag so I don't forget what they are, because that's a very likely situation for me, is I'll plant stuff and forget what it is. Usually with the herbs and things, I can just do the smell taste test. But this isn't something that we would eat the leaves of. The ground cherries produce like a little fruit inside of a husk. So you don't want to eat the husk. You don't want to eat the leaves. You'll want to eat what's inside of the husk. It's very distinctive. So I found a few other seedlings that would do great in this bed, so I'm gonna move them in. I found parsley and one oregano, so I'm gonna pop those in. I'm actually gonna put the oregano back here. So I'm just gonna use my finger. And then this is one of the Vego seed starting trays. So it has a hole at the big hole at the bottom where you can stick your finger in and push your seedling up and out. Perfect. Pop that in. It's going to take it a minute to really get going. We have some random cilantro that reseeded itself in this bed, and there's some like on the ground as well. So I'm going to let them do their thing. I'm not going to get in the way, and I'll just leave them planted because I love cilantro. So anywhere I can get it, I'm going to get it. Well, I don't really need the oregano tag because I know my oreganos, but I am going to put my parsley in right here, or at least put one parsley in. They don't all have to go together. Look at that. And I think I will just go ahead and put them all here. That way I at least don't have to go all over the garden looking for where I planted parsley. And I'll plant the other right here. There. And we got extra soil. I have been taking my extra soil and just dumping it in the beds and then just smoothing it around. What is that? Some kind of rock ball of something. Okay, so we got two seed trays emptied and then two over there. I'm going to look and see if I have anything else that I want to plant in this bed before I finish up. Okay, so I found a cinnamon basil, and where am I going to plant this thing? I think I'm going to put it this way, and look how tall it is. This can actually be pinched and propagated. So you would come down to your first or second set of leaves here and cut just above the leaf nodes and then plop that in water. That's what I would do. Or you could put it in soil. And I would actually propagate that. I'm not going to do that today because I don't feel like doing it. And I have like 4 other plants back there that I could do this with. Not going to do it right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and plant this probably right here. Cinnamon basil planted. Now I've got this right here and I'm not exactly sure what it is. Let me take a leaf. I think this is arugula or something. Not quite sure. So I put up this TP trellis that I got from Lowe's about a month ago. Got it on clearance, and I decided to put cucamelons on it. So we're going to plant the cucamelons today. I'm going to plant a cucamelon or 2, just depending, at each pole. There, 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 there. So we'll start here, and I'm actually gonna put the cucamelon this way in front of the pole. Excuse me, my allergies are so bad. So lots of nose rubbing, lots of sniffling going on right now. I'm sure a lot of you can understand. Okay, so let's get our first hole. Go right here. Be very gentle pulling these out because you don't want to damage the roots. These plants can be pretty sensitive. A lot of plants are sensitive about their root system. So just in general, be careful in that sense. Ooh, there we go. You might, if you're doing something similar with Cucamelon, you might have to help them grab on to what you want them to climb, even if it's wood or metal. You just kind of want to check on them daily and make sure that they're doing what you want them to do. You can kind of get a clip of sorts to kind of help them in the direction you want them to grow, but just check on them every day to make sure they are climbing exactly how you want them to climb. Ooh. Okay. All right, now this last pole is gonna get 2. So I'll do one this way. There, that pulled out really good. This way, and then I'll do one over on this side. There we go, all planted. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that you saw in the video. I'm happy to answer. Leave a comment down below. I garden in zone 6A, Ohio, in case anyone is wondering. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.